I can't get very much alliteration.
Sorry, you can't get very much?
I didn't get very much alliteration into my speech because it was more facts.
That's all right. Don't worry about that, because as long as you've got some of the techniques, it might be that not all of the what should we call it? All of the ideas fit into yours. I mean, as long as you're using some of those techniques that we've been exploring last week when we're looking at the persuasive speeches, that is fine. Okay. Oh, thank you for sharing yours, Aaron. Aaron, do you want to kick off by reading yours out to us? Let's take him. Hello, Aaron. Can you hear me?
Sorry, I was on mute.
Unmute him, man.
Yeah.
I thought you might be. Yeah. Do you want to give us your speech there, Aaron?
Yeah, I'm gonna read it now.
Ah, brilliant. Thank you.
I have a dream that by the summer I can return to my old life, a life where I can see my friends, ride my bike somewhere different than my local hills, where I can go on holiday and be taught in school rather than at home. I have a dream where humanity overcomes this virus that we call COVID-19. We'll achieve this if we all just follow the rules. If we all just follow the lockdown rules, the rules put in place to beat this virus and rid it from our country. This virus has now robbed over 2 million lives. Don't you think we should try and put a stop to it before it takes more, maybe even your own? Yes, it is boring to follow the rules, but it's the only way we are going to get through this. I have a dream that everyone follows the rules, just for a few months, and we can get on top of COVID-19, banishing this evil creature from our country once and from all in the process. I have a dream that if we stick with this, then we can all start living again rather than just existing. So please just follow the rules for humanity's sake, and let's beat this virus at last.
Ah, very good. Thank you. Round of applause, everybody, for Aaron. They have good stuff. Yeah, well said. I think we all share that sentiment there, Aaron, most definitely. That was really good. Okay, now, again, we can do this by raising of hands. Who else would like to share their speech with the rest of the group? Oh, there goes Evan's hand up, I see straight away.
Opening my OneNote.
That's what I mean. I know you've got issues, Daisy. Yeah, so you just be focusing on that and just keep me posted, sort of thing. How it's going. Okay.
So please can I go and get a charger quickly?
Yeah, of course you can. Now you're at home, so just go off and do these things when you need to do them. I mean, there's no need to ask me if I'm not in the classroom here, sort of thing. So you're at home, so if you need things, just go get them. Okay, that's fine. Right, Evan, you can pop your hand down now and then take it away, please. And also come off unmute.
I have a dream where one day examinations will be abolished, where one day we will live in a nation where we are not judged by the grades on our test, but by the content of our characters. We live in a nation where successful students are successful adults, so we need to change that. Unsuccessful students who could have talent in one thing and not in another, that allows you to become very successful, so they don't get much of a job. I know that some of you might have failed 1 or 2 exams in your life, but still gotten a job. That doesn't happen to most people, so they end up without a job, so they can't pay rent for a house and end up homeless. The content of our characters is stronger than the grades on our test will ever be. So we should be successful because we are not judged by our grades. And this is why I think the content of our characters is more important than the grades on our test.
Oh, very well done, Evan. Thank you. Very heartfelt, and again, really good. And I'm sure, that some of our year 11 students this year and our year 13 students, maybe some of our year 12s who would have been due to take a AS or 2 sort of thing, will be agreeing with you there. But again, lots of good material going on in there. Thank you very much. Anybody else wanting to volunteer to read their speech out for the rest of us to hear, that great rallying cry that you want to give? Oh, everybody's going to go shy now. No, nobody else. Okay, have we all managed to get to the end point of our speech? I know obviously Daisy has got problems with her OneNote at the moment. It's and then Janet, I know you need maybe be needing a little bit more time. So again, obviously you can just let me know in Teams that you've finished it, sort of thing. That's fine. And if you're needing a bit more time during the week, when we're doing other tasks, you'll be able to get to do that. So that's that. Okay. So let us then, without much further ado, get on to the OneNote, and let's be looking at this writing competition here that we've got. So it's got to be an original piece of writing. All that really means is that it is yours. You know, it's not copied from anywhere, and I don't think any of you do that anyway, sort of thing. And it means that it can be in any sort of form that you want. So if you wanted to write it as a piece of poetry, you could do that. If you wanted to write it as a drama, you could do that. If you wanted to write it as a just as a little short story, it can be that too. Now the word count you've got within this is 500 to 800 words. Okay. And as you can see there, you've got 6 options. Now I know that Isla has got a couple that she's been working on. I'm not too sure how many of us have looked at them yet. So if I just give you now a couple of minutes, just going to give you a couple of minutes, just take us to past. Just quickly look at those titles 1 through to 6 and see which one begins to grab your attention. And we'll start discussing some of those in a little minute. Okay, so 2 minutes, have a look.
Right.
Sorry?
Like, how are we writing it? Are we writing like an essay on it or something?
It's not going to be an essay. It's going to be a creative piece of writing. It's, you know, a story. That's what you're looking at. Although they call it a writing competition, or I think it's an essay competition. They call it. It's not a formal essay sort of thing. It's a story. That's what we're looking at. Okay.
Yes, thank you.
You're welcome.
Should we just think then?
Yeah, you just think, and I say we're going to discuss in one more minute, at past, we're going to start discussing what we're thinking about these titles. If you want to annotate anything on your OneNote, well, that's fine. Yeah, you can do that too. Okay, so let's begin to look at these. Isla, can I come to you first? Because I know that you've looked at a couple.
Oh, I like number 2.
Yeah, no. Now, what is it you like about number 2?
Because you can put whatever you want to it, and even that sentence is like a cliffhanger, so you can make it your own story by making your own story.
No, you're quite right, and I like what you say. Yeah, there is a little sort of there's a little cliffhanger going on in there, isn't there? As you say, it's about, you know, you think, ooh, yeah. I mean, because obviously you've got to think, you know, what the man in the, you know, you got all these sort of classic sort of symbols being used within this, isn't it? That the person's up to no good. They're wearing a black balaclava. We know, you know, so you know, it's a man sort of thing. The time of day, midnight as well, and are going through the neighbour's dustbin. Isla, have you already thought about, and don't give it away in case somebody tries to steal your ideas here, because I know how we're all very keen on our ideas not getting nicked. Have you come up with an idea of what they might be looking for in the dustbin, or what they pull out of the dustbin?
Well, I've got ideas, but I haven't touched on the dustbin part. I would just follow the person.
Ah, right. So you just kind of following the person, but I like what you're doing with that. Does anybody else like the look of number 2?
Me.
I like
Evan.
number 2.
Okay.
do.
All right.
Evan.
Evan, you like number 2, right? Why do you like number 2 then, Evan?
It has a lot of potential.
It does. I mean, it's giving you lots of material, isn't it, to progress with? Yeah.
The man could be a giant raccoon.
The man could be a what?
A giant raccoon.
Could he? Why would he be a giant raccoon?
I mean, it's not impossible.
Oh, I suppose anything is possible, Evan. Right, but you've got lots of potential details straight away with the character and what they're up to. Yeah. So yeah, you can develop that. Now, who else? There was Evan's voice there. Who else spoke up and said that they quite liked number 2?
Maya Clark.
Ah, Maya. What do you like about number 2, Maya?
I like what Alice said.
Ah, right. Okay. Yeah, good. Now, obviously, again, isn't it? This man could be he could be a black ops operative, isn't it? And it begins to make you wonder, what does your neighbour do for a living? If somebody is going through his dustbin, if it looks like somebody from the secret services or special services sort of thing is going through your neighbour's dustbin, there must be a reason. Yeah. Why is he doing that? And again, it can throw up all sorts of potential about your neighbour too. Okay. Very good. Yeah, I like that. What do you think about number 1 there? If you could have a superpower, what would you like it to be and how would you use it? Anybody got any thoughts about a potential superpower they would like to have?
Telepathy.
Oh. Now that could be a double-edged sword.
Copy-paste.
Now, so that was you, Evan, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
Yeah. Now, do you want to say for everybody, just in case they're not sure, what is telepathy?
The power to read the mind.
Yeah. Now, is that a good thing, Evan?
I mean, it can be.
Yeah, but it could also be something quite horrible, couldn't it? Because there's no escaping their thoughts.
So I know what mine would be.
No, you could read their mind at will.
Yeah, but then you get to know all their dark thoughts. Anyway, I think was that Mia again that came in with a
Yeah.
superpower. Yeah, right,
Yeah.
Mia. What did you think about for a superpower then?
I'd be able to control everything, so that then I could pick what I wanted to, because then I could have any superpower I wanted.
Right, so you could have want world domination then, Mia.
No, but
I'd have
want
the
to pick
superpower
what
to
happens.
give myself any superpower.
Hang on. So I just finished up with Mia and I'll come to you, Aaron. So what were you saying there, Mia?
I just want to control what affected me.
Right. Yeah, so you want to be able to control that effect. Okay. Right, Aaron, what are you thinking?
I'd have the superpower to give myself any superpower.
Right, so again, similar sort of thing, the ability to give it any superpower you have. Any other superpowers people would like out there?
Invisibility.
Oh, no, hey, no, who said that?
Telekinesis.
Who said invisibility?
Janet.
Ah, Janet. Now, what would you do with your invisibility? A bit Harry Potterish there, isn't it? The invisibility cloak. What would you do with your power of invisibility, Janet?
Pranks.
Pranks. Oh, I'm going to say, would you? I'm going to say, would you use it as a power for good, or yes, a power for maybe other things? But yes, Janet's thinking about pranks there. Ooh, yeah. Okie dokie. Very good. Well,
Telekinesis.
sorry.
I'd like
well,
to be able to duplicate things.
Duplicate things.
Yeah, I think cool.
Right. Now, what would you duplicate then?
Money.
We've been here before, Will, with you and your money. Yeah. Okay.
And maybe when it was snowing, maybe if there wasn't enough snow, you could double the amount.
Oh, we double the amount of, okay. Very good. Very good. Yeah. we can be thinking about that. Okay. Any others for superpowers?
Telekinesis.
Oh, that's got you. You're all about mind, aren't you, Evan? That's the ability to move things, isn't it?
Yes, move things with the mind.
Now, why would you think that would be a good thing to have?
I mean, you could levitate yourself so you don't have to walk. That would be my main reason.
Would it? Okay, so you could do a bit of that, but yeah, I mean, ability to move things, but that could be quite handy, especially when there's accidents. You know, you've been able to lift things that are maybe a huge weight and whatnot, divert things that would possibly cause problems. Yeah, good, like that. Okay, any others before we break for lunch? Okay, so right, what we're going to do the rest of the lessons this week, we're going to sort of spend some time again looking at some models and how they might develop, you know, options 3, 4, 5, and 6 sort of thing. And then this week we're going to get you to plan and write a response to one of these tasks here, okay, and see what we get from them. And again, also in discussion with you, if we get ones that are really, really good and we think yes, they need to go forward. Again, it's a way of getting ones that we can submit to this competition, because we have had success before in this competition, and it'd be good to kind of maintain that. Okay, so thank you for all your work today. Thank you very much, and I look forward now to being able to read your speeches that you've created for me and give you some feedback on those. And I will see you all again on Wednesday, because yeah, that's when our next lesson is this week. Remember, no lesson tomorrow, but we're back together again on Wednesday. Okay. So
Did we just start thinking?
yeah, you can start thinking if you want to. Maybe if you have some time, jot some ideas down on the OneNote page here, just on this page. But you don't have to. Just if you have time for that's fine. Okay, but don't stress about it. Think you've got to do it, because we're using time to discuss in Wednesday's lesson before we go on and start thinking about planning things and writing them. Okay.
Okay, bye, sir.
Right. Thanks, Will. Okay. Thank you, everyone.
Bye, sir.
Bye. Have a good lunch.
Thank you. Bye.